Hi, here I am, 5:30 in the morning, yawning and editing YouTube videos. Oh well, at least I'm doing something that I love. So let me just explain about the colors that I'm using. I have a Naphtol red medium and an Azo yellow light, and here you see me adding the tiniest bit of black to that yellow. And I'm doing that to create the green. And guys, if you want to do this, just add a tiny, tiny bit of black and keep building it up until you hit the color that you want. So yesterday, while I was stepping in and out of everyday life, I was scrolling through Pinterest and I found myself inspired by an artist named Jude Remidos. As far as I can tell from her Instagram account, she is a watercolor artist, but the painting that inspired me looks like an acrylic. Anyhow, I decided to film the painting that I made and talk a bit about what inspiration looks like for me. I'll put a link in the description because you might want to see her work in order to have a better understanding of what I'm going to talk about. So her colors caught my eye, but then the rough texture in her red paint is what inspired me. I've been wanting to create a painting from an inspiration source for YouTube for a while, just so I could talk about what inspiration looks like for me. I decided to start this painting with a palette knife to see if I could create something with that kind of texture. So when I'm inspired, I just try and search for that feeling that I get when I feel, happy about what I'm doing, because that is always my true, authentic self speaking. Before I started this painting, I knew that I loved this kind of texture, but right from the get-go, I could feel that starting with the palette knife wasn't the right start for me. The painting that was starting to emerge felt off, and it just wasn't making me happy. And I didn't like the fact that I had smeared that white all over that beautiful green, so I ended up removing it. And this is in my art journal after all, guys, so I just kept going. I was excited to see what was going to happen when I added some of that pure red to the mix. And that I really liked. All right, I'm just going to put on some music and I'll pop back in when I have something more to add. So I've added that mid-value, like gray color to the mix, and I'm not really enjoying it. But when I come in with these lines, guys, I am really excited and so happy that, yeah, I really start liking what I'm doing. So for some reason, I add more of that same color that I don't really like that much. And it doesn't help the painting at all. But It is what it is. I'm not too worried about it because, I know that things will change and yeah, it'll probably work out in the end. Yeah, so I kept thinking about how I can make this painting better, and then that green made things pop a bit, so I decided that I needed more color contrast. So that's what you see me doing now. And, I really think it helped the painting a lot, so I was very happy with that. So I keep trying to edit these shapes that I wasn't in love with at all. And that's when I remembered that I loved that red. So I get my palette knife and I bring in some more of that red. And look at what that does to this painting. I just fell in love with it momentarily. So I guess what I'm trying to teach you is that being inspired by others' work doesn't necessarily mean that you have to copy exactly what they've done. To me, at least, it means finding something that others have done before me and exploring it to see if I can use it in an authentic way. Because in the end, I want what I do to lift my work to become something better. Getting to know yourself is one of the most important ingredients of becoming a good artist. I guess that's why I teach my students this in the very first module of my online course. It's like groundwork you have to do before you start building your foundation. Most of this work is done through practice, and only one of the benefits you get from practicing, by the way. So no wonder practice is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself as an artist. So these days I'm working hard on building my online course in English. It's an 8-module program that's designed to teach you everything you need to know about abstract painting. This initial launch is in the beginning of October, and it's going to be exclusive to my email list. So you can sign up for the waiting list on my website. I'll leave the link in the description in case you're interested. All right, so I hope you enjoy the rest of this painting, and I'll see you next week.